We're back in the LA Coliseum where Jeff Stanton leads the race and potentially the championship. Here is the development. Jean-Michel Bale, Stanton's teammate, has caught Damon Bradshaw and is racing him for 4th spot. His mechanic Cliff White urging Bale on. Past the Yamaha, get behind us to the front.
Bale came from out of the pack to catch Bradshaw, but since moving up to the rear wheel, he's not done anything except follow. Now, this is one of the big mysteries. I don't know if it's a mystery or not because we're watching it unfold, but it looks to me like Bale really is not trying all that hard to get around Bradshaw.
He had a momentary window there as Bradshaw got hung up in a rut. Bale probably could have jammed inside him, but elected not to. And so Bradshaw continues to ride 4th, 1 position short of what he needs to clinch the crown. And Bale is back there, I don't know, stalking him, shadowing him, or just watching him. He's certainly not pressing him.
It's almost like Jean-Michel Bale is saying to himself, hey, I'm not going to be a factor in the championship. I'm not going to win it, so I'm going to stay out of it. I'm not going to get between my own teammates Stanton and Bradshaw. I'll let them settle it. Funny for a team player to react that way, but that's the way it looks to me.
Well, remember, as we watch the battle now heating up here for the 2nd spot, there goes Kedrowski. Kedrowski has passed Cooper and taken over 2nd place. So perhaps there is a challenger here to Stanton's supremacy. Kedrowski, for the moment, the fastest man on the racetrack, displaces Cooper in the runner-up spot. Remember the arithmetic. If Stanton wins, Bradshaw must be 3rd, and he is back about 5 to 6 bike lengths behind Cooper, still stuck in 4th spot. Out front, let's talk about Jeff Stanton. He is riding magnificently.
He definitely is. This is not the same Stanton we have seen for the past couple of weeks. Boy, the pressure doesn't seem to be bothering him at all. Now, here comes Bradshaw. He now is catching Cooper. Question has to be, which is the easier of the 2 riders to pass, Mike Kedrowski or Guy Cooper? Normally, I might have to say Cooper because Kedrowski's a little bit on the wild side, but today Cooper has been all over the track, and I would hesitate to say this, but Cooper could end up taking the 2 of them out, before this is over.
Well, Bradshaw's got to be thinking about that, but mostly he's got to be thinking pass. He's not afraid of anybody out there. He's the most aggressive guy on the racetrack, and tonight he's just having trouble putting things together. He needs to pass somebody.
He does. Cooper is in that loose mode. Man, when he's going like that, the guy is just flat flying. But sometimes he lets himself get into trouble because of that. He's holding it down well now. But my hat's off to him. He's doing a heck of a job.
We watched Jeff Stanton. I thought he had surrendered the championship at San Jose when he let Bradshaw catch him from behind and run him down. He has come back tonight doing exactly what he's got to do. That's the subject of Art Ekman's report.
As the contenders vie for the extra $100,000 and the 1992 Supercross title, Keith McCarty, the Yamaha team manager right behind me, has already pre-calculated what it will take for his rider Damon Bradshaw to win the title. For instance, on his chart, if Stanton is in 6th, Bradshaw needs a 12th to become the Supercross champion. Jean-Michel Bale is also figured on that chart.
Well, crashes or mechanical failure are always unpredictable elements in this, but for the moment, Stanton's making the arithmetic easy. He's leading the race. He's letting Bradshaw know exactly what he's got to do. He's got to pass.
Oh, and Damon Bradshaw almost came unglued. He hit a bale on the side of the racetrack. Talk about ragged. Now, that slowed him down considerably. He's got to stop and think. Am I pushing too hard? What in the world am I doing? That was almost a tragedy there for Bradshaw.
Guarantee you we'll be taking another look at that moment in which perhaps...
Here it is. Look at this. Now watch him just clip that bale. There it comes, and see him just hit it with a rear wheel, then over with his peg. He actually hit 2 bales there. And boy, he's just coming up short. He's just riding ragged, Dave.
And speaking of bales, here comes another one.
Yeah, here comes another one, but that bale is more or less stationary right now. He had another opportunity to make the pass, didn't take it. Meanwhile, the Yamaha camp, look at them. They are getting anxious. They're upset. They want something to happen here, Dave.
Well, I tell you, Lunas he's looking like he just doesn't understand. He can't figure out what's wrong with Damon Bradshaw, and I guarantee you Damon Bradshaw can't figure out what's wrong with Damon Bradshaw. Nothing's working.
I keep watching Jean-Michel Bale, who coasted through the last 2 turns to let Bradshaw stay in front of him.
He has made a decision that he is not going to pass Damon Bradshaw. I think that much is clear. you're the expert. Speculate about why he wouldn't make the pass.
I think that he's practicing his road racing. He's going to France in another week, and hopefully he's going to do more passing on the pavement than he is here on the dirt. I don't know the answer to that one, Dave. We know that they dislike each other. To that extent, I would never have guessed it would have gotten that far. But Bale is just floundering around out there trying to stay out of the way.
Well, I tell you, it looks like a slow race at the field meet. Which one of these guys can go the slowest? It's unbelievable. We'll be back with more right after this. Failure to make it to the Olympics. Certainly the Reebok people thought that. The Dan and Dave shootout that didn't happen. But for Team Yamaha, it's going to be this night right here. Damon Bradshaw stuck in fourth, pursued but not challenged by Jean-Michel Bale, is in the process of losing the 1992 Supercross Championship.
We have seen so many things this season, so many ups, so many downs, that I'm not going to speculate that it's all lost, because we still have Kedrowski, we still have Stanton, we still have Cooper, and they have to ride error-free from here on out. They bobble, and Bradshaw's going to be back in it, but he is not helping his cause. And I would point out again, Dave, that the only one helping his cause right now is Jean-Michel Bale.
Bale could certainly make matters worse for Bradshaw if he passed him. He's shown no inclination to do that. We can only speculate about Bale's motivation, or in this case, lack of motivation. But keep in mind that he thinks Jeff Stanton knocked him off at San Jose in the next-to-last series race. Perhaps this is a form of retaliation. In any case, all of this is happening far behind the third place that Damon Bradshaw has to have to win that championship. Unless somebody else crashes or blows up, Stanton is going to be the champion.
Yeah, we've been harping on Bale, we've been harping on Bradshaw, but this guy is getting the job done, and we can't give him enough credit. The pressure was really on him. He had to go out, he had to win, he had to perform. He had not been riding well enough to do that. But man, he clicked the light switch, and it's been night and day. He's hitting everything right.
Look at the interval back to second place here as he pulls away a little bit from Kedrowski. Perhaps the bottom line, Larry, is that Jeff Stanton has been here before and has survived this championship pressure. Damon Bradshaw hasn't done that yet.
I will tell you this, if Mike Kedrowski can do it, he will catch Stanton, and he will try to make the pass. Kedrowski's not going to give anything away to either one of these two guys. He would love to take the win and be the spoiler in the whole thing.
He doesn't care about the
not one little bit.
He wants to win a race. He's never won one of these things. So perhaps for Damon Bradshaw, the best hope right now is this guy, Kedrowski. Early on, he was the fastest man in the race, but I'll tell you what, I'll take all the change in my pocket and bet you right now that if he catches Jeff Stanton, he'll never get around him. Stanton will not let that happen.
Well, Stanton has, we have seen this a couple of times. He is, he's in that zone where what he's doing is right. He can pick up the pace. He can let it down just a little bit. We've seen him adjust his riding accordingly, where Bradshaw, the zone he's in, is all bad. And Bale just continues to watch and follow.
Bradshaw's in the twilight zone, and I frankly am amazed to see it. There were a lot of possible scenarios coming into this race. One was that Damon Bradshaw would go out and crash away the championship. It wouldn't have surprised me a bit. The one thing I did not expect Damon Bradshaw to do was to come here and be mediocre.
The only thing I can think, Dave, is that he was riding, and look, here comes Jeff Emig from out of the pack. He has caught them. Bale saw that, and Bale said, goodbye. I'm not messing around with Emig. I'm going to go ahead and make the pass. Look at him pull away. He was ready to leave. Now that is throwing a little bit of salt onto the wounds.
Just one observation about Jean-Michel Bale. This is the biggest race in the life of Damon Bradshaw and Jeff Stanton. The biggest race in Jean-Michel Bale's life is next weekend when he goes and road races in Europe. He's done with Supercross. We'll be back to see if Jeff Stanton can pull it out right after this.